I think the difference in this game to maybe others before were that we were really clinical in the box, in Red Bull's box, but we defended well in our box. And I think in a game of this magnitude, if the emotion is high, the importance of the result, that's going to be the most critical part. So in all of the games lately, there's been real positives and there's been areas we need to improve. And I think this one was complete in the sense of both boxes, but the bit in the middle, whether it's first and second balls or whether it was moments to play, we got the balance really right in executing result.
You meet Cincinnati at a moment, obviously, when the team is playing very well, but the results against Cincinnati lately haven't been good. You've lost your last 5, haven't won in 7 after the team won the first 6. How does the team approach this game on Wednesday?
Yeah, I think when you look at the Cincinnati results, I think that's more them than us in the sense of maybe they're a vastly improved team under Pat Noonan, and last year they were the best team. This year they've had a really strong away record. Again, in the top 3, so in the top 3 teams in the conference, it's going to be a difficult game. But we also believe and we see that we're vastly improved, especially from last year. We're a better team, we're in a better position, we're in a good moment. We haven't had so much momentum over the last 9 games, but coming out of the Miami game, definitely coming out of the Red Bull game, we've got confidence and momentum. And for us, it's about sticking to the process. It was when we weren't picking up results, and it is now we are. So, difficult game against a difficult opponent, but one that we feel confident we can get something from.
Onto the Zoom, Oliver.
Hi, thank you. This is Oliver Strand with Hudson River Blue. For the Hudson River Derby game, I was actually in the stands. I wasn't in the press box. And at the end of the game, you came over to the supporters, and you had a very, very big smile on your face. It seemed really ingenuous. I'm wondering, how did you celebrate the win, and did you commemorate your 100th game in charge of the club in any way?
Well, we celebrated in the locker room after. Those important wins, I think it is really important to celebrate with the fans. That's why we went over. Of course, we're going to celebrate in the locker room, but we want to do it together. It is an amazing moment. I think the fans were incredible. They always are at Red Bull, whether we win or we lose. But this one, they were especially loud, and to deliver the trophy for them was important to us. And I think you enjoy it in the moment, but then it's not the end of the season. We've still got 3 games. We've still got our goal. And our aim is to finish top 4, and it's within sight. It is, with 3 games, achievable for us, but it's going to be difficult. We have to continue this form. So, 100th game, important win, but focus turns, without being boring, focus turned to Cincinnati yesterday. Watching them, scouting them, working with the staff, preparing the training, and making sure that this team is prepared to go get another win on Wednesday.
Michael?
Hey, Nick, Mike Cantor from Blue City Radio. Thanks for the time. You say that you love to talk X's and O's when it comes to soccer, so I got a X's and O's question for you. On Saturday, you had Andres Perea playing on that left side. Talk to me about how the team tactics are different when you have a player like Santi who likes to tuck inside versus a player like Perea, Malachi Jones, or Talish Magno that keep that width as the winger.
Yeah, I think it definitely is. There is a difference there, right? You play wide wingers, you get a different balance in the team to when you play a number 10 that wants to come inside. I think it's about making sure that you have the blend of players in the team so that you can still have the principles of the game and the principles of how we want to play, right? We've had it where Santi's inside and our left back gives us width. We've had it where we play with 2 wide wingers and we allow Santi or Maxi to play as a 10. I don't think it's about the individual. It's about blending the 10 outfielders to give us what we want. In the Red Bull game, we knew with Hannes Wolf and Andres Perea that they would consistently attack the spaces that Red Bull would give us, and that's where our goal chances came from. So every game is different. We'll pick a team to take the opportunities that we see Cincinnati will give us, but I think, I say I love talking X's and O's. I think when you talk about tactics and about how you blend the 11 that you put out, the benefit I have is the roster that we've built here. We've built a team with a squad that has real tactical flexibility, so we can put a different game plan in place for the different opposition that we play.
Chris?
Hey, Coach. Chris Campbell from the outfield. The last time you played Cincinnati was in the League's Cup. You had a 2-goal lead late and let that up. Versus now the last game at Red Bulls, you had the big lead and you guys really never let the foot off the gas. How do you take away, both of those performances and look to build on that when you face Cincinnati again, another top team in the East?
Yeah, I think the Red Bull game is something that we definitely have to focus on, in the sense of taking out the real positives from that game. Not just the football and not just the way that we played with the ball, but the way we defended, how we competed, how we managed the emotional side of the game, but still had aggression in the game. I think that is something that we need to take into the postseason, because everybody wants to win, and the margins are so small in the games. The Cincinnati game was, the League's Cup game was positive for 75 minutes. We play really well. We execute a game plan really well. We take our chances. We defend well. But, the last 15 minutes, we made a lot of substitutions we wouldn't make in the game. I put players on that weren't fully fit to get their minutes, and the end of the game goes the way it goes because we we imbalanced the team in that sense. And that was because it was a game where we were already through, and, it wasn't meaningless, but the outcome, I was able to put Kevin O'Toole in when he wasn't fully fit to get him his minutes up, which is why you see him playing the way he did against Red Bull. He covers ridiculous amount of kilometres. His high-speed running is phenomenal, and same with Keaton Park. So we made some changes after the 74th minute that did impact the outcome of that game.
Andrew?
Hi, Andrew Lee from Hudson River Blue. You actually just mentioned Keaton Parks. He looked like he signaled that he needed to come off during the Red Bull game. When he did, is there any longer injury concern there with him and any others coming out of that game, like knowing it's a 2-match week? And also, does you mentioned the 4th seed being the target that you guys are still going for, does the fact that it's now closer and that you sort of have these 2 games in very quick succession influence how you rotate, knowing that you're much closer to being able to get 4th with, a gap between the game on Sunday and when you play again on decision day?
Well, Keaton Parks is fine. He one thing I ask the guys is, especially in these huge games, is leave it all out there. And if that means after 75 minutes that you're completely empty, you've done an incredible job for the team. And he had a little bit of hamstring fatigue, which he wanted to come out for. We asked the guys to put the team first, and he did that, and that allowed Bert Reeser to come in and Justin Hack to go and do a job in the midfield. Keaton is fine. He's trained this morning. He's up for selection for the Cincinnati game. 3 game weeks at this part of the season are challenging because, you're on game 31, 32, and there's a lot of fatigue throughout the season, a lot of travel. But also, when you're playing for the goal that you set at the start of the season, that is incredibly exciting, and adrenaline and energy can get you through. You look at the difference between last year and this year, right? At this stage of the season, we were trying to crawl over the line, and this year we set a goal that is way above what we achieved last year. Some would say an absurd goal to set, but that's the nature of myself and the staff that we have here and the players that we have. Let's be really ambitious and really hungry to achieve what we believe is our standard as a football club. And with 3 games to go, that standard is right within our grasp. We're 2 points off Orlando. We know we're competing with Red Bull and Orlando and Charlotte, and there's a lot of teams that want it, but we got 3 games, 2 of them are at home. So for us, I don't think fatigue will play any part in us really, really aiming high and trying to get that goal of what we set.
Final one, Christian?
Hi, Coach. These 2 teams historically have scored a lot of goals. There was a 5-0 in 21, I think a 4-4 in 22. Even the most recent fixture, I think, had 6 goals shared between the 2 teams. What does that say to you about yourselves in Cincinnati in terms of just how you approach this game?
I think it's 2 teams with huge ambition. I think you see the job. I've got huge respect for the job that Pat Noonan has done at Cincinnati. You look at how he's almost reinvented that team from their league positions before he took over to being Supporter Shield holders and in the top 3 fighting for Supporter Shield again, whether you believe they can get it or not. That this team has huge ambition, and we do as well. We went away to Cincinnati and carried a 2-goal lead, but lost it. The 4-4 game was crazy in 2022. We go down, then we go up, and then we tie. I think when you've got 2 attacking teams, you can get those type of games. But for us, it's about we have to defend our box well. When we do that, we limit the opposition to getting 2 goals. That gives us a chance to win. And if we can still create chances, and we got the likes of Alonso Martinez being clinical and other guys adding goals, we got a huge chance of getting a win on Wednesday. But it's going to be a difficult game. The one thing I can say is the mood in the team is excellent. The desire and the hunger within the locker room is there. Everybody wants to play. The most difficult part of my job is picking a team. So whether we rotate or whether we stay with the same guys, the goal is there and the guys are hungry to get it.
Great. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
They're gonna